Good morning, everybody. Coming to you, round 2 of the Walker Classic 2017 here in sunny Denver, Colorado. My name for the Back to Dials X-Wing podcast is Asa Graff.
And I'm with Carl Godwin here as the system today.
And today, this is not the Back to Dials X-Wing podcast, it's the Back to Dials Destiny podcast. Back to Dices, as it were, perhaps. But we're streaming live from Destiny. Joe Mazzotti, old Back to Dials legend, on the left-hand side, facing Wendy Scott on the right. What's Joe got for us today?
Oh, Joe has a spicy list of Commander Lando, and in the sense that he's got Lando and 2 rookie pilots, and the whole point of this deck is to grab up resources and drop a bunch of vehicles on the table.
Another vehicle deck. Do you think this is going to do a little bit better at getting those out than the last one?
Definitely, and the reason why Lando is going to do better is because he has a 3-resource side at the cost of only 1 resource.
So a net gain of 2 as long as he can keep some resources on the table. Fine. Then Wendy on the other side is running Qui-Gon. Kanan, we have that peck and peck shield, just nonsense with Qui-Gon.
That's correct.
It's nasty.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. That's what we all like to call any version of a Qui-Gon deck that's using shields. Now, it's interesting that he's going with Kanan. There's been a lot of debate between going with Kanan or going with the new Rey.
I know that the old Rey was the old version of that before Kanan came out. The Qui-Gon Rey deck was the original death by 1,000 cuts on Destiny DB.
That's correct. That was the original version, which wasn't as good as the new Rey, because the new Rey has a bonus that says, as long as I have a shield when I roll out, you're taking a damage. So it's a guaranteed 1 damage.
So it's an extra, so it adds on to all of that, what is all the Shoto, all of the Fearless, all that kind of thing. It just adds on top of that, just extra activation damage, just pushing it right through.
Whereas they're running Kanan in that slot because Kanan gives you an extra action every round. So after you've rolled Kanan, you're going to be able to grab a die back off Kanan's dice and then do something else.
Gotcha. All right, so it looks like Joe is starting in with 3 resources there.
Yes, definitely. Because of Lando, you get to start the game with an extra resource.
Man,
that brings
rich
value
man
off the table.
If I were a rich man, I'd probably play Destiny and X-Wing.
Well, the bar to get into Destiny, as far as getting a competitive deck, is sub $200, which if you're a former Magic player, that's a drop in the bucket.
Now, here's the problem, though, is that I'm a collector. So I can't rest until my collections are complete, and you know how tough that can be.
Yes, I do, as I'm sitting, and if you guys out in the podcast can hear me, I need 1 X8 sniper rifle, and I'm done with my collection. I'm just saying.
Just 1 X8 sniper rifle. Now, here on the other side, are there any cards in these decks that stand out to you, Carl?
As I'm scanning through these lists, I love the Negotiating Joe Mazzotti's deck. I think that's going to... huge. And now he's running Double Cross. Double Cross is not a common card that's in any builds, because the whole point of this Lando rookie pilot deck is to use things that are only 1 resource, except your vehicles. But he's using a Double Cross, which will probably prove to be very valuable.
And remind me what that Double Cross is going to do for him.
Well, I'll have to look that up again.
No worries. Well, here they go. While Carl's looking that up, they're rolling in, and we're going to get to the game. Welcome back to the Walker Classic. Do we know what that Double Cross is going to do?
Yep, Double Cross says remove 1 of your yellow character dice to resolve an opponent's die as if it were your own.
That's real nice. That is real nice. And Wendy is going to take the initiative, giving Joe 2 shields on his Lando. There they go. Timer starts now. Wendy on the right-hand side there using our special Walker Classic illicit tokens. If you want some of those, if you're in the Twitch chat and correctly predict the outcome of this game, we will send you a pair of those illicit resource tokens. And if you are correct, of course, now Wendy playing that Fearless out onto Qui-Gon, of course, giving him the option to, add a shield? When he add a shield when
way
he,
better than that.
Well, isn't it add a shield when he activates, which Qui-Gon turns into a damage?
That's correct, and more important, you get to draw a card. It's literally turning Qui-Gon into another Luke Skywalker, which is why I love that Luke Skywalker is actually on the card.
No, it's real great. Joe rolling out Lando. Looks like both of Lando's discard sides popping up there.
Which is actually a phenomenal open.
Trash Wendy's hand to start.
I would be more than willing to be okay with her emptying her entire hand off my next move.
Absolutely. It doesn't look like Joe's going for that.
Yep, he said he wants damage.
He wants damage rolling in
or
that
money.
First rookie. Getting the blank. Looks like he's going for vehicles.
His hand. Yep, we see
He's got that Ewing back. Yes.
That would be the reason why he's willing to pitch a card and re-roll.
Now, you can also see a tactical mastery in Joe's hand over there. Probably get a second roll. Like another way to get a second roll out of the Ewing. Last time we saw the Reckless Assault. Now we're going to see that tactical mastery to actually re-ready that sucker.
Yes, and that would be an amazing moment once we get that Ewing on the table.
And in fact, he's tossing a card there. It looks like he's tossing one of those double cross in order to re-roll. He gets a focus from Lando, which will be really useful for him, and a damage off of that second Lando die.
And that focus on that Lando guy is going to turn the other Lando die into 3 credits, and that'll give him enough money for the 5 for the Ewing from the open.
Rolling Qui-Gon in there actually gets the ability to put one of our Walker Classic shields onto Qui-Gon.
And I am surprised that he pitched his double cross. We were just talking about how the card's unique, but he felt more important to re-roll those dice instead.
Indeed, in fact, he is going to focus that. Here comes Lando's. It looks like that's the 3 resources. But Wendy is able to start getting her Qui-Gon engine up and going with 1 shield off of Fearlessness, pitching to re-roll. Qui-Gon showing 2 shields, and there's one shield off of Kanan there, which is excellent. That single shield able to just plink and plink and plink, and also some resources and damage. Just the deck of all things there from Wendy. 5 resources in total, and Joe resolves that 3 credits, and he's going to get that U-Wing on the table.
I'm wondering if she's going to use her synchronicity right now. Because in her hand, she has the ability to do 2 unblockable damage to a character because she's showing a shield side and a sword side. But instead, she chose to gain the shields.
Yep, taking 2. Looks like he's putting that 2 onto Qui-Gon, popping off 2 damage. Since there are 2 sources of shields there, she can do that, pushing 2 damage off into Lando Calrissian, taking his starting shields right after. Now, is Joe going to pop that U-Wing down right now?
I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can only mean one thing.
That's right. That's U-Wing time.
Or it's a launch bay, but in this kind of U-Wing.
And the beautiful thing right now is that he actually was able to stick his U-Wing on open turn 1.
Oh, yes.
That's such a huge movement.
That's not what we saw in the last game, but this deck is, of course, a lot more efficient at generating resources.
That's correct. And because he knew he was playing his U-Wing, he left a second rookie pilot back. So if the U-Wing rolls bad, he's going to be able to get a free reroll out of that pilot.
Harley Z2K in the chat predicts Qui-Gon Kanan for the win. Are you on board with that?
No, I'm not. Because I see the vehicle down turn 1, I think that vehicle is going to be able to knock out Kanan before Kanan gets a chance to get rolling.
Is Kanan the right choice there?
I love the partnership play.
And he's going to re-roll that U-Wing with the rookie pilot.
That's correct.
Knocks out the 3 damage. Now, my question here is, are you going to go for Kanan first, or are you going to keep Qui-Gon's shield engine down?
No, the main plan is to get rid of Kanan. Kanan is a catalyst engine. Since he's holding that force speed, that allows him to get damage through without any form of mitigation that you're going to have in hand. So the sooner you knock Kanan off the table, the more you're going to secure your victory.
Now rolling in that second rookie pilot. Lots of resources out there on the table. He's going to get one of those back and smack Kanan for 3, I would assume.
I think so. I think that's a clear shot. I think the only reason which I know this, I see that you notice she's holding the 2 damage there from Qui-Gon, is so she can go ahead and use caution her guard to remove those dice.
Yeah. There she goes. Once again, we see the U-Wing neutered turn 1.
That's right.
Not a bad play, though, if you're looking to prevent just an awful ton of damage coming at you.
And we just saw Joe go ahead and claim the battlefield.
That battlefield, I believe, is going to be Obi-Wan's hut, which is going to gives a shield to a blue character, or you can spend a resource to give a shield to a non-blue character. It's a version of Echo based on Hoth that really benefits just that mono blue deck. Really benefits Wendy there, which is why it looks like she chose to use her battlefield and give
definitely.
Joe the initiative there. She knows that she can use it far more effectively. putting a Shoto lightsaber out there. This deck just does so much damage when it activates. That's all it needs to do to win sometimes.
That's correct. It can get damage just off activation. Now all Wendy's looking for is another sword. As soon as she can put another lightsaber on Quigon, Qui-Gon's finished. Those are what you want. You want Fearless on Qui-Gon and two-bladed weapons so you can trigger off the Shoto. Ideally, 2 Shotos.
Yes. All right, now what's Joe's game plan in here? He looks like he's got a lone operative in his hand as well. Is that something that he wants to put down on Lando?
It is after he lands that other vehicle in his hand. He's currently holding a Y-Wing in hand, and it's more valuable to get that Y-Wing on the table than it is to put down that lone operative.
Is that worth 3 resources or 4?
That's 3.
That's 3, so he's got the resource on the table that he needs right there.
Now, that's really bad, though. As you can see, Kanan rolled out right now, and Kanan rolled into, I'm going to take 2 turns. So that's a scary moment.
Oh, yeah, with that 4 speed. And he has a focus showing on his dice. So that's 2 turns of whatever he wants, plus a disrupt, so he can stop Joe from actually getting that if he decides to use it that way.
Exactly, and I think that disrupt's going to go into play right now.
There's the focus.
The focus is the free die, and she's not using the disrupt. She went to damage.
And there's the 4 speed.
And that's
to
her action
roll
for the turn.
Qui-Gon, first action of 4 speed, and there's a bunch of damage and shields. And now the second action, I believe, is probably just going to be to resolve that 4.
I think so. I think that 4 damage is relevant. And yep, she went with the 4 damage. She resolved that damage before it got a chance to get mitigated.
Yep. 4 damage into Lando Calrissian.
Now I'm hoping he's... Actually, let's go ahead and take a look, see if he's playing second chance. Because he's going to need it right now.
Yep. And I'm actually not seeing a second chance there on that deck list.
No,
That's
second chance
rough.
is not in this list. We know Lando's a dead man.
And Qui-Gon's even holding on to 1 more damage there with that shield showing up on the Shoto.
I think that goes to speak for the lone operative. I think right now, if that lone operative in his hand was a second chance, he'd be in a much better position.
I would agree with that. Although the lone operative can play off better across multiple turns.
Oh, yes, definitely, because it's going to be able to potentially provide life.
But there he goes with that Y-Wing. He's got to cheat that sucker out without actually resolving the resource first.
Oh, yeah.
More damage into Lando there. He currently has 6 out of his 11. Only 5 damage left. And that's something that Wendy's deck can do in a heartbeat.
Oh, very much so. It's a good thing that she's out of dice.
It looks like Harley Z2K's prediction might be coming true here, Carl, that Wendy might be the winner of this game.
Oh, no, I wouldn't count the vehicle deck out yet. The whole point of those rookie pilots is to get all those vehicle rerolls.
Oh, and there's 5 damage showing off of that. That's what max that deck can do right there. Max of the just guns right there on the table.
That's correct. That's max of the guns on the table, which it looks like she mitigated.
What did she ask in the room there? What did she pop out for mitigation on that? Dodge.
Oh, wow.
There's that. There's a dodge coming out there. It looks like that is a 2 of in her deck. A brilliant choice in this particular case.
I think it was very relevant.
But Joe spending that tactical mastery to ready. Looks like he's deciding whether or not to ready the Y-Wing or the U-Wing. Which would you choose?
The U-Wing, hands down.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got more firepower.
It's got more firepower. It's got no blank sides. You can to put damage into Kanan and knock shields off Qui-Gon and stop that engine from firing in one fell swoop. And it looks like that is indeed what he tries to do. Wendy gaining 1 resource. Maybe she's got something else there that can...
Oh, yeah. She definitely probably has a card in hand, but I wouldn't be afraid. I'd roll in anyway. There you go. Oh, she cleaned the battlefield, getting a shield.
That's a bold move with 2 rookies not in yet, and the U-Wing also not in. If she doesn't have anything to do you like to just kind of hang out and make your opponent think that you're going to do something?
Oh, I do when I have that credit sitting over there.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know the opponent still has some dice to roll.
There's Lando's blank. It looks like we're going to be using 2 rerolls here. 1 blank side. And that rookie pilot with the +2. It looks like he's pitching something to reroll that again.
Oh, now that special and focus are really relevant.
Is that a Y-Wing special?
Now, the Y-Wing special, unfortunately, is remove your resources or deal damage any way you want. In that instant, I know she'd probably get rid of her 1 credit because it's not really that important in her deck. And then I'd probably hit one of my shields on Qui-Gon and then put the remaining 2 on Kanan.
There's a resource there. He's going to focus that to a +2.
Now,
interesting there. I thought he had the U-Wing readied.
Yeah. Those 2/2 blues don't do anything unless you got a black to go
nothing.
with it.
It's interesting why I didn't try for a base side there. I'm a little bit confused as to Joe's play at this moment. I turned our live mix way down, so it's not distracting us. But we are out. We're good. Do you think Joe's sort of holding something close to the vest?
Yes, he is. I can't see what that card is. He's holding it so close to the vest. I don't get why he went to 2 blue, though. I don't see a way for him to utilize it.
I mean, that would be spectacular if he had a black side there. All he's got in his hand, I think, is that lone operative.
Right, which is why I would have flipped my special to 2 damage, so I at least could have got the 4 damage to control it.
Yep, and here's the Y-Wing special.
Yep, he decided to go with the Y-Wing special, which is she can remove her credits or deal damage to herself anywhere she wants with the 4.
It looks like she's electing to put 3 damage onto Kanan and take 1 shield off.
Which
she probably
means
needs that credit for something.
That means she has a really juicy card in hand that costs 3.
What do you think? What do you think that could be? One of those ancient lightsabers, or a lightsaber,
or raised lightsaber?
Indeed. She's got some sort of weapon in there that's going to be popped out.
And we
can
see it. It's a lightsaber for 3.
And I think that's going to be one of her first moves here. Just get that weapon out. And indeed, here comes the lightsaber down there. Qui-Gon loaded up, spending all of her Walker Classic resource tokens there.
And now that she has 2 lightsabers on Qui-Gon, that means the Shoto's going to trigger its special ability.
So Joe's got to get Lando rolled in fast in order to keep him alive. Just use Lando's dice and then keep those rookie pilots for the vehicles and hope to burn down slowly but surely.
And for those that can't read the Shoto lightsaber, it's saying after you activate the attached character, if it has another blue weapon, i.e. that lightsaber she just played down, you can give it a shield or remove a shield from a character. So that, by playing that lightsaber, she just added a point of damage to her mix.
When she activates Qui-Gon, Fearlessness plus Shoto guarantees 2 damage whenever that sucker activates. And it looks like Joe has just used Field Medic to heal 2 damage from Qui-Gon. A nice shot, but it's not going to be enough because Wendy's just rolled up that 4 speed plus 4 damage.
That was just a devastating roll. Now I'm leaning, unfortunately, towards your commentator who thinks Wendy's got this game. Because with Wendy
I'm going to agree with that.
Fire like that, man, it's just hard to compete against.
There's a C-3PO hoping that those vehicles, that those supports can lay it down for him. But I think Wendy's just got so much control. She's still holding on to another dodge somewhere in that deck.
That's correct. And now she chose to do the free 2 damage.
Oh, yep. In fact, she looks like
she's resolving the special. And then for her turn, she went to special, and this is the first roll of her special, which rolled into yet 2 unblockable damage.
2 unblockable. There's a shield on Qui-Gon, so she's showing, what, 2, 4, 5 total damage?
Yeah, 5 because of the shield on Qui-Gon. And plus she got to do a 2 free damage just for rolling Qui-Gon.
Yep. And then she's going to resolve some more, and I think that's going to be 9 damage, and then 2 unblockable will kill Lando Calrissian before he gets to activate this round. The old Qui-Gon Rey deck was kind of a slow ramp. This one is quick, and this one is scary.
It's quick and efficient, yes. Definitely scary. Now, he still has a bank of vehicles in the back, so it's not like it's over for him.
And there's a special. That's not too bad.
A roll like that, actually, is going to go to shields, ideally, to bring those guys up to 9. And she's using that Synchronicity, finally, that's been in her hand since the open, to go ahead and do 2 unblockable damage.
That's not a bad idea. Keeping that 2 damage and the 1 shield out there, just so she has that option open. And there's a little bit of damage showing out there with that rookie pilot. And 2 disrupt. off of the Y-Wing. I'm not sure that that's going to be super useful, but it is reroll fodder for sure.
Unfortunately, resource disruption is really bad against the Qui-Gon Kanan deck because their game plan is to lay out the weapons first and then roll their characters.
And
so
nothing costs anything.
Right. So there's never any resources on their table. Everything they're using for mitigation costs 0. If they're worried about mitigating, they're generally about getting shields onto the characters. So that's their mitigation.
But here comes C-3PO, and he can resolve that side as if it were anything. So C-3PO doesn't care.
That's correct. Which let's. What we're seeing right now is that C-3PO die is going to change that 2 disrupt into probably 2 damage to try and help knock out Kanan. And if you notice, the problem that Joe's been having right now is that he hasn't put any damage into Wendy's characters.
No, he's just got that 3 off of the Y-Wing special, and that's it.
That's been it all game.
Joe commenting that he can't get the cards in his hand that he needs. I mean, he's got a bevy of vehicles out there, just nothing to really make him work. And he's electing to put shields
That's correct.
on his characters. Is that going to be the play there, or does he really want to just knock down Kanan?
In that particular instance, him putting hit points onto those little 7 hit point characters is invaluable.
Using that rookie to re-roll the Y-Wing there, and it blanks out. But C-3PO can make it happen anyway.
That's correct. And the key to shields in that deck against the Qui-Gon Kanan deck is they're death by 1,000 cuts. But if you have 1,000 shields, then they're never going to get through. So that's the immediate game plan. It's just load them up with shields to protect them from the 1,000 cuts and move forward.
And it looks like Wendy has claimed the battlefield there, sticking that 6th damage with her shield and shenanigans onto the rookie pilot, using C-3PO to activate the Y-Wing for 2 more damage. Oh, it looks like 4 damage.
That's correct.
Into Wendy's Kanan. And then getting a resource and probably a shield back there. I think he's going to shield up that one with... that's an interesting play, because all Qui-Gon still has to do is activate to kill that guy unless he's holding a field medic. That shield was probably more useful on the lower rookie there.
Yeah, well, since it's 1 damage each time, he can just click off the 1 rookie pilot. He's going to have to commit Qui-Gon over to that guy on the roll.
That's true.
And that's what's going to happen. The hope is that he can get that rookie pilot to actually assist him right now and do something before he dies. Although the likelihood of that's really low.
Right. And Wendy's got a Luke's protection in her hand, so all she has to do is play that, activate it, and then activate Qui-Gon.
Well, Qui-Gon's got a shield on him right now, so he can just roll out as is.
But she doesn't even have to. She can blink that damage off with Luke's protection.
That's correct. In fact, exactly. She's going to roll Qui-Gon on the open. And
there it goes. 1-2 damage into the rookie pilot. Kill that sucker. We got a damage, a shield, and 2 blanks showing up there on
Which is
Qui-Gon.
enough for synchronicity.
Exactly. Do you think she's going to have another one in her hand?
It's possible. She's got 2 in the list.
That's very true. I feel like she might have that second dodge in there, really just to add insult to injury, though.
Well, I think that second dodge is so relevant in the current meta.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Everybody's using guns.
Even back in Awakenings when I was playing full time, everything was guns.
Oh, yes.
All those fast decks were guns, and having a single dodge, even just 1 in your hand, could really swing the game.
At least buy you time.
Uh-huh. All right, here comes the U-Wing before any of the rookies activate. Not sure what that was, and it's actually a special.
Oh, now that special no longer goes for 2 shields. That might as well be 2.
That goes for damage.
Yeah, might as well be 4
Knock
damage.
those shields off. Oh, but she's actually using what to reroll that, to remove that die?
Oh, yeah, she used guard to remove the die. She bounced back one of her dice with melee to go ahead and guard away that 4 damage to her characters, which is invaluable to keep Kanan alive.
Funny that a lightsaber can block a high-caliber blaster fire from an incoming starship.
Jedi.
But it works out. And there's another Shoto down on Kanan, really loading him up with the weapons before he fires in.
Now, I think that's a very bold move, actually, loading a weapon down on Kanan, even though he's looking pretty close to dead.
There's another Y-Wing special, and the 1 rookie pilot.
I gotta give that Y-Wing credit. It's been fighting the entire game.
It has.
That Y-Wing has not given up at all.
And Wendy doesn't have any resources to remove. So that 4 damage from the Y-Wing special could just pop that sucker off, I believe.
Oh, and he pinned down
the 4 speed.
The 4 speed. And That pin down, for those that don't know, means as long as he has a vehicle on the table, he can remove any die he wants on Wendy's side of the table.
Now, I'm just wondering why I didn't resolve that Y-Wing special right off
Because he's
instead.
not worried about her modifying modifying his dice. She already used most of her modifiers to get rid of stuff.
But if he uses that right now, he kills Kanan. Doesn't
He
have
doesn't
to
get
remove
to
the
kill
force
him
field.
because Wendy has control of the die. She gets to decide where the 4 damage goes.
But she has no resources to remove.
Right, so she's going to take damage on the Quigon.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. And here
Which is
comes,
what just
indeed,
happened.
yep, 4 damage in there. Spread as she wishes, but the shield engine isn't firing yet.
Looks like she got rid of her credits, maybe? Because we
must
saw
have
only
been
one
some
shield.
that we weren't seeing. Adam, in the tech booth, did she get rid of credits?
Oh, no, there's just 3 damage
there's
right there.
3, yep. 3. There's all 4 that went on the Qui-Gon. I see. We were just being impatient. We were just being impatient. And there's C-3PO. Just some money. Just some money.
Yeah, money.
Money
But
is
that's
money,
too
and
money
he's
on the
holding another
table.
Y-Wing.
Yeah, that'll help him put out a Y-Wing, and which I think we still have in hand over there on the
Yes,
far
we
right,
do.
far left.
If we get 2 Y-Wings out, it's possible that he could swing this. He's got to get lucky, but I think
Wendy's about to kill him right now with these dice she's rolling.
there's a plus
That's
2. There's a
4.
2.
That's 5 damage on table of 7.
5 damage of 7 on the table. There's a Luke's protection out there for a 6, or for the shield, and then there's the set or a 6 damage with a shield showing on that lightsaber. Of course, she can claim as well for another one.
Oh, definitely.
So the damage is showing, and of course we have Kanan's little plinky pew pew blaster up there.
Well, she's choosing to resolve just the shot first.
Just one little...
Oh, she gets to resolve the shot for free because it was
right,
from Kanan.
and then I think we've got something else, and then all of those, all of that lightsaber fire coming in. And here comes another Y-Wing.
Now
Joe's
we're
able to
hoping-
get the squadron up a lot more effectively than we saw in the last round, but he's still not able to really make it land.
That's correct. It's because it's coming too late.
Right.
He had the first start with the U-Wing, and that was good, but he didn't get that second Y-Wing till 2 turns later. And by then, Lando was already dead.
He's rolling in that Y-Wing, and it blanks. That's not what he wants. He needs to kill Kanan. He
does need to kill Kanan this round, but unfortunately, a Y-Wing won't do it.
Nope.
A Y-Wing's best die is 2 damage direct, which will put Kanan at 9.
And there's that 2 damage
Hey,
direct.
That's just 2. We're watching her gain a resource? Okay.
Yep. Reroll. He really wants something that he's going to disrupt. I don't know what he's going for. Is he going for the special?
I guess so.
Must be.
Because that special is 4 damage.
It does represent more
2
damage.
versus 4, and he's got 2 sides for it. It's got a 33% chance to get there. And get that 4 damage.
But all he's got to do, 1 more damage on that rookie. And there's blank. He's tossed his hand. All they do is ready up, and all Wendy has to do is activate, and she
All Wendy
activates
has to
first.
do is activate, and
This
she
game
wins. This
is
game is
over
over.
with Qui-Gon Ray winning 11 minutes and 6 seconds left. I'm going to call it right here. That's
I
about
think
it.
so. I
So
don't think
Harley
he's got a
Z2K, you do, in fact, predict that correctly. So you win a set of Walker Classic illicit resource tokens like the ones that Wendy is using. Send me a private message on Twitch chat with your address, and we will post those to you.
And that's it.
And that's going to be it. 2 damage. He doesn't even need to roll those dice. He just goes, and that's the game. Congratulations to Wendy Scott out of Colorado Springs for her victory over Joe Mazzotti.